All right, today we're going to talk about chemical reactions, and we're going to cover two types of chemical reactions, exothermic and endothermic. And before we get started about talking about those two types of chemical reactions, we're talking about chemical energy, because both of those reactions involve either giving off energy or absorbing energy. And all molecules have chemical energy. They have chemical energy that's stored in the bonds of the atoms. And whenever a chemical reaction takes place, the atoms are going to break apart and they're going to regroup. And when that happens, energy is released and energy is used. So the first type of reaction is an exothermic reaction. And an exothermic reaction is a reaction that releases energy. So exo, that prefix means outside. You can think of external, exit, and thermic means heat. So if it's giving off heat, that means that there's more energy being released than is getting absorbed during that chemical reaction, and the extra energy is given off as heat. The container that the reaction is taking place in is going to feel hot from that heat that's given off. Combustion reactions, combustion is burning. All of those are going to be exothermic reactions because they're all going to give off heat. So when you're sitting around the campfire and you're using that to keep you warm when you're camping, that's an example of an exothermic reaction. It's giving off heat from the chemical reaction of burning. The next kind is endothermic reactions, and endothermic reactions are the opposite. They're going to absorb energy. So when the chemical reaction takes place in this type of reaction, the energy that's being used is greater than the energy that's released, and so it has to pull in energy from the surroundings. So it's going to pull in energy from the surroundings, from the container. Since it's removing energy from the container is going to feel cold. So we're going to skip that. Here's some examples of endothermic and exothermic reactions. Your body heat is generated from exothermic reactions. So you have lots of chemical reactions going on in your body. Heat is given off, released as a part of that chemical reaction, and that's what generates your body heat. Foot warmers or hand warmers, if you use those during the winter, they're going to be using a chemical reaction that's exothermic. They give off heat from the chemicals that react when either you open the package and it comes in contact with the air when the chemicals combine. We already said combustion or burning, like here in the candles, is an exothermic reaction. It's giving off heat. And an example of an endothermic reaction is an instant ice pack. When you bust the pack and you combine those chemicals, energy is absorbed, and so that makes the ice pack get cold.